Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. And if you enjoy commentary that's straight to the point, without all the fluff, join our family. I'd personally love to have you. New details have come to light pertaining to the parties involved in the untimely ending of Shanquella Robinson. The group, identified as the Cabo Six, knowingly fled Mexico following her passing. In the newly released documents, to include the medical examiner's findings as well as interviews from the hotel staff and law enforcement, there's a transcript by the investigators who spoke with the manager and the concierge at the villa. It's an 18-page information packet, which has already been sent to the president's office, our president, Joe Biden, as well as the State Department. The findings in those documents are quite shocking. It is revealed that Desjanée Jackson currently has a warrant out for her arrest from the Mexican authorities. At first, we were told it was an unnamed party, but I can confirm it's her. In the 18-page information packet, it identifies Desjanée Jackson as the perpetrator of the act of violence against Shanquella Robinson. Additionally, there was an interview that took place on the 17th of November at 8:45 a.m., where the concierge who was assigned to take care of the group states that the group, on the first night, he noticed that something was off. He said that Shanquella was the last person to join the group for dinner. And then he stated that she didn't fit in with the others. He said that he greeted her with a smile, but she didn't speak or return the smile. He added that although they were there to party, the atmosphere was not one of celebration. The next day, some time had passed, and Desjanée Jackson suddenly texted him around 1:50 p.m. in the afternoon on the 29th, asking if there were any doctors available. She stated that she thought her friend was having an issue with alcohol poisoning and that she needed some emergency assistance. The concierge then offered to send a doctor who would make the determination whether or not she would need to go to the hospital. Then she agreed and said to send the doctor as soon as possible. At 2 p.m., the doctor arrived, and that's when the doctor tried to give her the IVs and worked on her for about an hour, which is when she started to have convulsions and was later declared deceased of cardiac arrest. Also in this police report, they spoke with Winter Donovan, who is alleged to have called 911 and asked for the ambulance around 4:20 p.m. So based on the report, they're stating that Shanquella died between the hours of 5 and 6 p.m., which is almost 5 hours after Desjanée Jackson initially contacted the concierge for help. The concierge also says that Desjanée told him that Shanquella wasn't in distress, but she only needed an IV, and he also said that she was practically unconscious. And then the group of them, according to the concierge, said they were discussing whether or not they had insurance that they could pay for her to visit the hospital. The report goes on to say that an administrator contacted the concierge at the hotel to notify them of the arrival of the ambulance. And then, after some time had passed, he received notification that Shanquella had passed away. It gets worse, people. So after the police arrive at the villa, the concierge states that when the police were speaking to the 6 people, they were all sitting calmly around the dinner table. Then he offered condolences and said that Desjanée told him that she had already spoken to Shanquella's mother and informed her that she had passed away and that she had died quickly from alcohol poisoning. Then he wanted to offer her some comfort by giving her a hug, but she was cold and indifferent, and she was not very open to the hug. He continued by saying that all of them, except one person described as a skinny girl, was visibly upset. I assume this to be Alyssa Hyatt. While all this was happening, Desjanée texted the concierge about arranging dinner and a ride, which he later found out that they had slithered to the airport the next day. When the maid showed up to the villa the next morning, she informed the concierge, to his surprise, that the villa was empty. And they tried to contact Desjanée Jackson, and she never responded On the 31st, she finally responded and said that she had already left and asked if she needed to sign anything for checkout. The concierge stated that he realized after he saw the news about Shanquella Robinson's death that Dejanay Jackson had manipulated him and used all her efforts as a tool to leave the country as soon as possible. So as it stands, the ball is in the hands of the United States of America's government to act on this act of violence against a young woman who thought she was going on vacation with her so-called friends, only to return in a body bag. The case is still ongoing, as you know, and when more details become available, I will let you all know. So now that you know most of the details, and with the recent events, with the 4 Americans that crossed the border, with 2 not returning alive, do you think the government will finally act in bringing justice to the door of those involved, or will we continue to wait? Let me know what you think in the comments section, and if you haven't already, remember to like the videos and subscribe. Also, turn on your notification bell and please watch when you're notified. I'd really appreciate it.